welcome back to my channel, Lady T. My name is Natalie and we are going to continue with Professor Layton and Pandora's Box, or the Diabolical Box, wherever you are in the world. We are going to continue in our playthrough. We just solved one of the mysteries, the missing boy, which turned out to be... Well, Layton and his helpers successfully delivered Tom back to his owner Babette. With Babette finally at ease and the search for Tom over, the atmosphere on the train is calm. Layton, Luke and Flora decide to take a break and return to their suite. Say Flora, where have you been hiding all this time? Well, until I found that little dog, I'd just been relaxing in my room. Really? You've got your own room? Sure I do. It's the middle one in the third garage. Whoa, you do know that's the room right next to ours, don't you? Well, you were just a wall away from us, and I never so much as suspected you were there. It would seem that my powers of observation are rather rusty. Eek! My word. Why has the train stopped? What's going on? Samuel, you dolt, what did you do this time? Hey boss man, just chill out. There's a broken train, just sitting on the track. Until we can move that thing out of our way, we're not going anywhere, man. Then get your rear in gear and move it now. I won't have your laziness tarnishing the Molentary brand. But trains are heavy, man. How am I supposed to move it? I will not hear excuses, especially not from a layabout conductor like you who barely earns his keep. I don't care how you do it, just get it done. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Just turn it down a notch, Uncle. Uncle? I might be your uncle, but I'm also president of this railway and I demand you address me as such. Okay, alright, sure. Whatever you say, your majesty. Don't invigorate him more. Sometimes men don't know what's good for them. It's easy to forget how amazing this train is. And you... Hello, Beluga. Bah, I'm too nice to that indolent, scruffy nephew of mine. All the louse does is complain. Well, how do you want him to move a train? What seems to be the problem here? Oh, sorry, Mr. Passenger. See, there's this giganto freight train parked on the tracks and it's blocking our way. Clearing the tracks is gonna take some time, so sit back with something fizzy and wait. I see. Can I lend you a hand? For real? Oh yeah, that would be very helpful. You think you can find a way to move the train blocking the tracks so we can, get moving? Step aside now. We're not going anywhere until the train moves off the tracks. No, we understood. Thank you so much. We discovered that a young girl carrying little Tom around was none other than Flora. Though I've consented to Flora accompanying Luke and myself on our investigation, I still worry that this may expose her to some unknown danger. But there's no time to dwell on that. Babette needs to know that her boy is alive and well. A short while ago the train came to a sudden and rather alarming stop to avoid crashing into another train lying abandoned on the tracks. We have a new thing. I don't like things flashing. Goodbye. Hi. Until we get this train out of the way, the Molentary Express ain't going nowhere. Well, I think it's a puzzle. Swap the positions of the two trains along the tracks. Move the carriages one at a time and make sure that the numbers by the side of the track match the numbers on each carriage. Okay. I do have an idea of how we're going to do that. Okay. Now we move 3 over there. Move 4 out of the way. I'm probably doing it way more moves than we really need. Oh, I could have just... Yeah, that was my mistake. Well...
Consider this puzzle solved. Wonderful.
That's right, now we're back to the train. It's behind schedule as it is. But it is continuing. Hopefully we should now be able to continue on our journey. Looks like good to go. Give me just a second, we'll be up and running again. We're finally moving again. It shouldn't be too much longer before we arrive in Dropstone. I wonder if we'll find any useful information there. I hope so. You got a round part for the camera. Great. Yeah, sure, we'll save. Thank yous. Cutscene time. And that's the village of Dropstone, I presume. Welcome to Dropstone. Dropstone, the 50th anniversary. Chapter 2, the country village of Dropstone. We were so close to ending the chapter last time. The train's looking pretty trashed, so we're stopping here for repairs. We've got at least 3 hours till we'll be ready to roll, so why don't you catch the local sites? A capital idea! Besides, who knows what information we might stumble upon in the village? Yeah, we understood. Thank you so much. That's always a guaranteed spot. I'm telling you, man, the sleepy little farming place is like the chillest place on earth. The boss is wandering around the village, and so is that inspector dude. The village is celebrating its 50th anniversary right now, so I bet there's tons of stuff to do. If I weren't stuck working, I'd definitely go check it out myself. So the village was founded only 50 years ago. That's quite young for a settlement in these parts. And it's so peaceful here that I really can't believe we'll find any clues about the Elysian Box. Oh, I wouldn't be so sure of that, Luke. Remember, one of the first rules of puzzle solving is that the answer is often in the unlikeliest of places. Right as always, Professor, I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled for clues. Sure we will. And we have a new story. A celebration in Dropstone. Our train is currently stopped in a quaint country village named Dropstone. The village is currently celebrating the 50th anniversary of its founding, and the whole place is bustling with activity. With a while to go before our departure, I've decided to use our free time to search the village for any leads on the Elysian Box. Hi. Look at this poster, Professor. Yes, it's quite lovely, look. Oh, but there's something quite odd about the picture. Huh? What do you mean, Professor? Well, it's puzzle time. Train stations are an especially good place for dramatic farewells, aren't they? Below is a painting of a man and woman bidding each other a tearful goodbye. Somewhere within this painting, however, is a single unrealistic detail. Find and circle that detail. That is a very good. But the saying farewell, why is the conductor still on the left? Maybe that's it? The only thing suspicious... Yeah, I don't think I see anything suspicious, actually. Am I stupid? Well, the game says that.
Just leave it to me.
But it was correct.
Piece of cake.
Well spotted. Were the men in the painting to open the window shone above, the frame would go through the roof of the... Depends on how the window is designed. These days most trains have windows that only open partially. Of course, thanks to modern air conditioning, a good number of trains have been fitted with windows that don't open at all. I mean, if you make it not of glass, but of something like sturdy plastic, you can slide it back up in a curve. I knew there was something strange about that picture. No, you didn't. We got more parts for our camera. So far it fits like this. you could fit like this. The whole village is decorated for the festival. My voice is giving in. Well, Mr. Layton, how are you enjoying your time here in Dropstone? It's delightful. Every once in a while it's nice to leave the city and enjoy the countryside. The air is so fresh and clean. It must be nice to live here all the time. I'm so jealous. And so you should be, young man. There's something about this place that makes you feel like a new man. And with the village celebrating its 50th anniversary today, our timing couldn't be better. Come to think of it, your Molentary Express turned 50 this year, didn't it? Quite a coincidence. Yes, indeed it did. Sheer coincidence, of course. Still, it could have been fun to have a double anniversary celebration here at the festival. Well, we already have a grand 50th anniversary celebration planned at an exclusive venue in London. Oh, is that so? Well, I'm sure your party will be on par with the excellence of your train. It will, and on that note, I'm afraid I'll have to excuse myself. Good day to you, Mr. Layton. Good day to you, Mr. Beluga. My, it's already a year since she passed away. Time truly does just fly by. She? Who do you think he was talking about, Professor? I haven't the slightest idea, look. Hey, Riddleton. Oh, but I don't need you right now. Thank you, game, for putting yourself out there. Most of the festivities seem to be taking place over there. Thank you. Oh ho, and who do we have here? Visitors from out of town? Indeed we are. We were travelling on the Molentary Express, but we've stopped here for repairs. If you're here for repairs, there's only one place you could be headed, am I right? Only one place we could be headed? What do you mean, sir? Oh, I was just thinking out loud. Yep, just talking to myself. Forget about it. Here, did you notice the festival that's going on today here in Dropstone? Today marks the 50th year since the founding of our village. Make sure you get in on the fun. Puzzle! Can you believe this weather? It really is the perfect day for a festival. The sunshine has me in such a good mood, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you a puzzle I've had tucked away. Below are 4 shapes. 3 of the shapes form a whole cube and fitted together with an identical shape. However, one shape below is different in this regard and doesn't form a cube when joined with another identical shape. Circle the odd shape out from choices A to D below. I think A could work, because it's big, so I think you are out of the question. And B should also be able to work. D will work. But okay, how would you fit? You would fit in there. I don't think C is right, because it wouldn't quite fit.
And now to test my theory.
I was right.
Wonderful.
That's right, C will not form a cube and joined with another identical shape. Some areas of the shape are just a little too complex to fit together neatly. Still, with just a few alterations, you could probably change that shape into something that works, don't you think? Surely. Cripes, you just breezed through my best puzzle. I didn't see that coming. But we're talking puzzles, have you ever heard about that mysterious puzzle collecting lady? I hear she gathers and stores all the lost puzzles of the world. How she does it is a conundrum wrapped in an enigma-stuffed mystery. You know, a mystechnodrum. Of course, just make up new words. Very Netherlandian of you. Oh, look at all the stuff there is to do. I've never been to a festival before, it's wonderful. Oh, that's right, Flora. I'd forgotten how you grew up in that one little village. Well, now's your chance to make up for lost time. Let's explore. Yes, let's. Where should we go first? Oh, let's go look at that booth over there. I want to see what they've got. Wait for me. Hahaha, you two watch where you're running or you're liable to crash into something. Oh, Don Paolo is back. It's kind of waiting who the villain was here. But that's the first trio of games. we have the same villain. Look at all the fruits and veg on this card. It probably belongs to the person running that little stand. Oh, but it looks like one of the wheels is dented. That must make it difficult to move. Yeah, I bet it's a real pain. Oh, but you know, that reminds me of a puzzle about a dented wheel. Not you too, Flora. In the back of the train yard, there's an old warped wheel lying on the ground, as shown below. While no longer functional, the wheel is interesting because, when rolled on a flat surface, its axle traces a funny pattern if you look at it from the side. Of the 5 diagrams below, which one depicts the actual path of the axle? Oh boy. Okay, well, once it goes... Okay, it goes down. Then it stays low. You would think. Like, it goes down... I don't think it's D. I don't think it's E, like it stays down for a little while. I think it could be A. A is the only one that stays down, so that should be it.
Just leave it to me.
Good, good, good.
That was almost too easy.
That's right, diagram A correctly traces the path of the axle as the wheel rolls. You probably won't see this wheel on the train anytime soon, but it would be fun to watch it bounce around. That's right, Luke, you sure worked that one out quickly. If you've got any more puzzles, I've got answers. I'm impressed you knew a puzzle like that. I'd never heard that one before. Well, I try my best to impress the professor. Now Luke is going to use that. What are all these arrows for? Oh, it's a fairground game. Hey there, Squids, try your hand at this game of mine. I tell you what, since business is so slow right now, the first try is on me. Gosh, really, mister? Come on, Flora, we can try together. Let's see. A bag of sweets dangles from one of 3 arrows attached to the wall. Assuming that all 3 arrows are perfectly straight, which arrow is connected to the sweets? That's a good question. Like, I can't really... I think it's B or E. I'm going to guess beam would make the most sense. Please let it be.
Let's see.
It was!
Piece of cake.
Good eye, arrow B is the one attached to the sweets. This puzzle is an example of the famous Pockendorf optical illusion. When a diagonal line is partially obscured by a straight shape, the viewer tends not to be able to accurately determine which of the lines on the right is the continuation of the one on the left. It was different. You can't really tell. Nicely done, Shorty. Here's a little something for that fine performance. Really? Gosh, thank you. A spring, thank you. I feel like we almost have the camera fully intact too. Like, I don't know where to stuff you right now. Maybe I'm building it wrong. I'll put you over here for now. And we can still fit some other pieces in. We're doing some top secret festival prep back here, so you can't come in yet, okay? Okay, I'll come back later then. Good, 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 good. Oh, hi. Look at this crazy looking tree, Professor. It's all warped. With a structure like that, it must be quite old. I wonder how long it's been here. Oh look, a little conversation reminded me of a puzzle I know. Care to hear it? Why not? Puzzle 34. The country road you see here is decorated with a single straight row of trees, each a set distance from its neighbor. Of the 5 trees labeled A to E, which 2 trees have the greatest distance between them? Study the image carefully and draw a line between the letters of the 2 trees you've chosen. Like, that's...
Just leave it to
I
me.
mean, that's not a really hard puzzle now, is it?
That was almost too
It really
easy.
was. That's right, no matter how you look at it, trees A and E clearly have the greatest distance between them. Perhaps I should have prepared something a bit more challenging for you, Luke. Well, we'll save that for next time. For now, let's continue our walk about the village. Ooh, a new toy for you. I think that we might be able to do 8 walks with him now. Like, is this enough out of the way? I think.
Got any snacks around here? Don't hold out on me.
There you go, little buddy. Okay, you've noticed that one. Yay, your first goal was met. Hamtaro with 9 steps. His level went from 5 to 4. Cutie patootie. Hey there, fellas. I'm in a real bind here. Help an old girl out, will you? What seems to be the problem, madam? My sweet little bird fell down a hole in the ground. I want to help the poor thing, but I just can't reach her. Do you have any ideas? I believe there's something we can try. Oh no, Laura's poor little bird has fallen down a long winding hole in the ground. In front of the bird are 3 paths labelled A, B and C. Which tunnels should the bird take in order to make it back above ground? Well, we can see. There we go. You go over here. Past the snake. I don't think we should go past the snake, but then you can either go here. I have a feeling that we're just going to get stuck in a loop with this one. Yeah, we do. Okay, with B, we can go over here. Okay, we can take B. Oh, we can take B, so B.
And now to test my theory. And there we have it.
Yes. Very nice. The bird can safely escape her underground confines by following tunnel B. Any other tunnel will lead her deeper underground or into the mouth of a very hungry snake. Thank you. There's my little birdie. I was worried she'd be stuck down there forever. I wish I had some way of thanking you properly. Oh, I know. Here, you can have this tea set and these lovely herbs. Take them, I insist. Our last minigame. And I will definitely need a guide for this. Because I never got these on my own. Yes, we know how to get there. Add multiple meshes of the herb to increase that herb's effect on the tea. We can already brew a couple of them. Combine the ingredients you gather to make a variety of delectable teas. Tea ingredients currently in your possession can be found in the boxes at the bottom of the screen. Touch an ingredient to learn its name and the properties it can give your tea. When you're ready to make tea, touch the ingredients. It's such an English game. You'll need to put these 3 meshes, in the teapot before you can start brewing your tea. Keep in mind that you can use more than 1 measure of the same herb in your concoctions. Once you've put your 3rd ingredient in the teapot, the lid next to it will start to wiggle. Place the lid on top of the teapot to start brewing your tea. If your creations turns out well, it will be added to your list of tea recipes. You can check your list of recipes at any time by touching Tea Time. While viewing your list of teas, touch your teacup to see the tea's name and characteristics. Once you find the tea you'd like to serve, touch Serve to pour a cup for anyone who's thirsty. There are 12 recipes in all. Try to discover as many as you can, they're sure to come in handy. Okay, first one has a bit of everything actually. Sorry. And we got Citrus Classic. Oh, it's a little sour and a little sweet. Yum! I certainly have to tip my hat to this tea's drinkability. I imagine it would be delicious iced as well. Yep, and since it's nice and light, I'm sure just about anyone would be happy to have a cup. Yes, I myself am partial to its lovely fruity aftertaste. And then we have one more that we can do, which is this, and another time this. There we go. Delicious. I just love how sweet this tea is, Professor. Oh, it's a bit too sweet for me, but I understand why so many children enjoy it. I think I could drink a whole pot of this stuff by myself. Just watch me. Hahaha, you've got quite a sweet tooth, look. You just try not to drink it too fast. Can we surf? Yeah, we've already had a conversation about that. Okay, I don't think it does anything. Good. Oh, now we can do it again. Oh, hello there, you two. Your timing is impeccable. See, I'm trying to wrap this flower I grew to give to a friend. I've got green fingers when it comes to plants, but I'm all thumbs when it comes to wrapping. Help an old girl out, would you? Sure. What do you want? Laurel is very particular about wrapping this flower as it is a gift for an important friend of hers. She would like it to be wrapped as shown below, but has no idea where to begin. In order to wrap the flower just like the leftmost drawing, how should you begin your wrapping? I think you should start with A or D, because then the green would circle around. I think A would make the most sense. But then you would be in, right? Maybe that's what they want you to think, actually. It was apparently.
Ah, wonderful.
Excellent. Yeah, it was in the end. Well, that's about the finest wrapping job I've ever seen. You saved me a world of pain. Oh, thank you. Now let me return the favor with a few helpful tidbits about the tea set I gave you. I'm sure you know the basics of brewing, yes? Put in 1 measure of each of the 3 ingredients I gave you to make a nice cup of citrus classic tea. However, there's a lot of room for experimentation. For example, try brewing 2 parts brisk berry with 1 part something else. Get it right and you'll make a sweet crisp tea that is just wonderful. If you happen to pick up any other tea herbs, try creating more blends of your own. There's a whole world of complex flavors waiting to be discovered. You just need to find them. Well, thank you. This was a true brewing tea, I didn't know. Almost like the Netherlands, but too many hills. Gracious, the weather couldn't be finer for celebrating Dropstone's fancy 50th. My memory's not what it used to be, but you're not from around here, are you? Waiting for the train? How do I know, you ask? Well, this isn't the first time it's happened. As fancy as the train is, it must be in rotten shape. Chin up, Sonny. More often than not, the train gets fixed in a few hours. What with the festival and all, there's plenty to see and do in the meantime. Thank you for the information. If I could trouble you for a moment, though, I'd like to ask you about a relic known as the Elysian Box. You may also know it as Pandora's Box. Oh dear me. Oh dear me, I've never heard of the dreadful thing. Never, you hear? How do you know it's dreadful? Well, I'm not sure if I want to talk to you anymore. To be frank, I was in high spirits till you came along. Now I'm grumpier than a cat in the rain. If you want to prove you're sorry for ruining my day, solve this here puzzle. Why would you have a ruined day if you don't know what I'm talking about? A pro golfer has the amazing ability to consistently put distances of 3, 5, 7 and 11 meters. Strangely enough though, those are the only distances he can put. Currently, our golfer stands on the green with his ball 20 meters from the hole. What's the fewest number of strokes he can use to get the ball into the hole? Assume that if the ball is hit farther than the distance remaining to the hole, it will roll over to the other side without getting into the cup. Well, my first assumption would be 11, but we don't have 9, so he can't get there. Well, unless you can also put it back, you know? Like 22? No, because we wouldn't be able to get there. But you don't have to go in a line, in a straight line. So I still think that we do 11 strikes twice, but then just don't go straight ahead. Let's see if my logicked. Good job. If a friend is the pro... Yeah, I told you exactly this. Just don't go straight ahead. That's the ticket. Very nice. You've got a good head on those shoulders, Sonny. Mind you, you'd need one to wear that hat. Yeah. Oh, she's gone. Look at all these stalls. Now this is what I call a festival. Oh, I just love all the hustle and bustle. It's so wonderful. Shall we take in some more of the plaza sights then? Definitely. Yeah, I understand. I am listening to them, game. It's not like I'm doing something else in the process. Hi. So, Sniffle, putting my bond so dear to your heart is even more painful than the tightest wig. When she was a child, I used to read her to her until she fell asleep. She looked just like an angel. Oh, nothing cuts so deep as separation's knife. Cripes, I don't know about that. I've never really given it much thought. Oh, fret not. I wasn't expecting one as young as yourself to fully understand my malades. Don't mind me. I'll just excuse myself now. Do you think he just got dumped? Actually, he seemed sad in a different way, didn't he? Best not to pry too deeply into the private affairs of others, Luke. It's not becoming of a gentleman. You're right, Professor. Hello. Hey fellas, pleasure to meet you. My name's Albert and I'm a beautiful Dropstone's #1 fan. I heard you've been running around Dropstone asking questions, but you haven't talked to me yet. If you solve this puzzle, then I, the king of Dropstone trivia, will answer your questions. Okay. Below is a wheel of male and female portraits. Select a portrait and counting that portrait as 1, move 6 portraits either clockwise or anti-clockwise and cross out the last of these 6 portraits. Repeat this pattern starting from the next available portrait and always moving in the same direction. Remember to skip the ones you crossed out. If you start at the right portrait, you can remove all the women in the wheel, leaving only the 6 portraits of men behind. Which portrait is this? Circle your answer. Remember, you can move clockwise or anti-clockwise. But you can move it about, I think. Okay, and we have 3 men over here. So I think you should cross them at many of the time as you can. What about we start here? Okay, select portrait counting the portraits 1, move 6 portraits either clockwise. Okay, we'll go anti then, just for heck. And cross out the last of these 6, move 6 portraits either, and cross out the last of these 6 portraits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Repeat this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, because then I'm already missing a man. What if you start here then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, because then I'm also crossing out a man. Okay, then we start there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 1 below that. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that doesn't work either. Here then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Okay, start on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Consider this puzzle solved. A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Maybe I started counting wrong. I don't know, but anyway. Very nice. If you begin counting from this man... Yeah, I didn't, but that's fine. Expertly solved. Oh, it gave me a chills, it really did. Oh, ask away. If you got any questions about the village or its history, I'm your man. It's slightly off topic, but do you know anything about a relic known as the Elysian Box? You may have heard people referring to it as Pandora's Box as well. Or the Diabolical one. It's hard to believe, but you've gone beyond my area of expertise. I've never heard of the thing. What I can tell you is that all the people in this village jump at the very mention of the supernatural. From what I gather, it seems they have some connection to the village in the days of its founding. Unfortunately, that's all the info I can really give you on that subject. Sorry to let you down. You didn't let me down exactly, but... Look at this little monument here, Professor. It appears to be commemorating something. Let's see what's written on it. Let's indeed. Dropstone was founded 50 years ago, and the founder commissioned a stone sculpture to commemorate that day. Unfortunately, the dozy sculpture managed to engrave the wrong date into it. The whole village had to live with the erroneous sculpture until some bright spark realized that converting it in a certain way would enable the correct data to be displayed. Think about what the sculpture could have been converted into in order to display the correct date. On which date was Dropstone founded? Answer in 4 digits. Well, probably because you have the American way of writing it and the other way. And so I think that they might have done it the other way, that you write A12 instead. Oh no, wait! Realize what it is. It's a fountain or something, right? And so the water would go up to here, so it would be reflected. And 8 would be reflected too, so it's the 13th. Okay, come on game. It's the 18th. And 8. There we go. You just keep it full of water and then you're fine.
And there we have it.
Brilliant. When converted into a fountain, water fills the bowl, allowing... Yeah, we got there. According to the writing here, this village was founded by its first settler 50 years ago. 50 years sounds like a long time for a person, but I suppose it's not a very long time for a village. Quite so. But this fact just invites more questions. Why did this settler come here in the first place? It's hard to believe he or she simply set forth from their old residence to found a new village. That's a good question. If I'm not mistaken, this building must be the village hall. Yep, but it looks like it's closed for the day. Well, they probably wanted to give everyone a chance to enjoy today's festivities. Look, this reminds me of a puzzle set in front of a village hall like this one. Care to give it a go? You know I do, Professor. You always do. 3 people at odds with one another are running for mayor in the upcoming town election. They are all locals of the town, which has a voter population of 40. In order to win, a candidate must get more votes than any other candidate. If each of the 40 voters gets a single vote and every vote is recognized, what is the fewest number of votes a candidate needs to secure victory? So you would say that amongst them you would have 14 votes, right? Because they all can use 30. Because if they each get 13 votes, then you're at 39. But with one extra you have 14, so you need at least 14. But for some reason it's saying 20, so let's go with that. There we
Let's
go.
see if this works. That was almost too easy.
That's right, the winner needs at least 20 votes. Since each of the candidates dislikes the other 2, they will probably all vote for themselves. 40 votes minus those 3 votes leave 37 votes. The winner will need over half the votes, or 19. Add the winning candidate's personal vote to that and you get 20 votes. I don't fully agree with that. Or I read the thing wrong. Well done. Now we really should get back to investigating the village. Do you now? Not? We don't have anything else to say here. But we did get some new stuff for you. 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, could we put you a little... I think that was too far for you. I think that was too far.
Got any snacks around here? Don't hold out on me.
Yeah, that was too far, right? Yeah, that was too far. Okay. Yeah, no, I know. Just want to try it out because I forgot. There are some more stalls over the other way. Let's see what kind of stuff they got going on. I'm sorry, Luke. Oh, hi. Whoa, look at those gigantic cow balloons. It looks like the villagers are setting up for the livestock competition. Livestock competition? That sounds like fun. Yes, I'd certainly like to see the competition myself, but it doesn't appear quite ready to start yet. While we're waiting, can we go and see more of the village? Certainly. We can return later when the competition commences. Yay! Yeah, no, Again, game. I'm right here. The livestock competition. The main event of the Dropstone festival appears to be a livestock competition featuring the finest cattle from around the village. It sounds like it will be quite fun, and both Luke and Flora seem very keen on attending. So I imagine we'll return to the site of the event when it gets underway. Okay, this is the last venue that we are going to be exploring. Or we can try to go to the left. What are you bugging me for? Don't just come up to me and start talking like you know me, okay? I was dreaming up the world's most amazing hat, but you came along and derailed my train of thought. Oh, I did? I'm sorry about that. Sorry, are you? Well, don't just say it, prove it. By solving this amazing puzzle I thought up. I thought you were thinking about hats. Oh, there's a fellow with very particular rules about when he wears his hat. When it's sunny, he always wears his hat. When it's rainy, he doesn't wear his hat. When it's cloudy, he doesn't wear his hat unless it's been cloudy for 2 days in a row, in which case he wears his hat on the second of these days. Below is the schedule when this fellow decided to wear his hat over the course of 1 week. Use the panels to fill in the weather for each day of the week. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it's cloudy on that day. So if it's cloudy on that day, he will wear his hat. When it's sunny, he always wears his hat. Yeah. Like this.
This should do the trick. Oh, my. This one is quite
No,
formidable.
I do think I did do it right, but the game is just not accepting it once again as an answer. Because we did listen to the rules. Yeah, when it's rainy he doesn't wear his hat, but... fuck him then. Bum, bum. Okay, if we're counting the Sunday from the day before... it's probably just going to be annoying like that one. Because it always is.
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Excellent. If you assumed that the Monday shown was the second... yeah, there we go. It's always something. Oh, so that's how it works. Okay, since you solved that for me, you're back in my good books. Besides, 2 snappy dresses like us shouldn't fight. We'd get our clothes all dirty. Thank you for that, sir. Now we can go left. Oh, hi. This is so peculiar. I really like the sides of these. I never forget a face, and I don't know any of yours. You must have come on the Molentary Express. Since you're new in town, let me clue you in on a few key facts about Dropstones. I know you're interested, so don't act all bashful and reserved on my account. Listen, if you only know one name Dropstone, make sure it's Mr. Anderson's. Not only is the man swimming in money, but he basically runs Dropstone. But he's a top bloke who treats everyone with respect, even the postman. That would be me, by the way. You can tell a lot about a man by the way he treats his local postie. But even nice guys like him have troubles. I hear he spends all his time worrying about his daughter. That reminds me, I just saw a pair of unusual characters head up towards Mr. Anderson's house. They said they were policemen from London, but something about them seems awfully fishy to me. 2 people, eh? Are you referring to Inspector Chelmy and his assistant? Chelmy, you say? That sounds right. He said he was here on official police business and needed to see Mr. Anderson. Do you think there's a connection between this Mr. Anderson and the Elysian Box, Professor? Well, it seems that Mr. Anderson serves as the head of this community. It's only natural that he'd know about who and what passes through this area. He is a big fish, alright. You're back on the money on that. I mean, even the owner of the Molentary Express stops in to pay him a visit when he's in town. Yes, I bet those 2 officers are being waited on like kings at Mr. Anderson's as we speak. But enough chit-chat, we've got a festival going on now, so go and have some fun. Thank you. Ooh, nice little cat and everything. Greetings, I don't think I've seen you around these parts before. May I ask your name? Of course, my name is Professor Layton, Professor of Archaeology, Gresham University. Charmed, sir. Welcome to Dropstone, Professor Layton. My name is Dorothea, and I'm a maid in the service of the Anderson family. Tell me, what brings you to our humble village? My companions and I are after an artifact known as the Elysian Box. Have you heard that name before? Can't say that I have. But the master is quite knowledgeable about curiosities such as that. The master, madam? Oh yes, excuse my thoughtlessness. I keep forgetting you're new here. You see, at Venture there's not a single resident of the village who doesn't know Mr. Anderson. I see. Well, if it's possible, we'd be very grateful for an audience with Mr. Anderson. Normally I'd say he'd be glad to receive you, but lately he's been preoccupied with his daughter. I don't mean to pry, but has there been some issue between Mr. Anderson and his daughter? Well, yes. Just between you, me and the wall. His daughter has been secretly planning a trip alone. Secretly planning a trip alone? I hope she's not planning to run away. What's worse is that the master has started to suspect something is going on behind his back. But after much discussion, we servants have decided to give her a warm send-off. So you're in support of allowing this girl to go off on her own? Why is that? Because the purpose of the trip is to fulfill the wishes of the young lady mistress's late grandmother. I see. May I inquire as to what those wishes might have been? Well, I myself have only heard scraps of the story from other people, so I can't say much. But whatever the request, it's one that the young mistress seems to feel is extremely important. Oh, look at that. Here I am gossiping away when there's supper to prepare. Please excuse me, Professor Layton. I need to get back to work. Oh, wait a second. Rat, she's gone. Is it just me, Professor, or does it sound like Mr. Anderson's daughter is planning to leave home? If she is, doesn't it seem strange to you that the family servants are cheering her on? Yes, very. And think about the consequences should Mr. Anderson find out what's been going on. The servants must have a truly solid reason if they've resolved to keep a secret like this. What could it possibly be? I'm getting the feeling Dropstone isn't as ordinary as it looks. You're not the only one, Luke. But enough speculation. Let's go and explore more of the village. Okay, Professor? Final puzzle of today. This cat sculpture certainly is expressive. Yep, he's a cute one. Oh, if you just like cats, Professor, I've got just the puzzle for you. Oh, it's the same one again. Yes, we have done one of these before. Let's see if we can immediately find... Okay, A is not it because the stripes are less defined. Is there a major change in the color scheme in one of the two? Not as far as I can see. I don't even see... Oh, there is a change between A and B. And A is the false one, so it's B. Because the eyebrows of the cat up the top were right. There we go.
Wonderful.
Well spotted. B is the picture you were looking for. The cat's eyebrows in A and the pattern of the lines in the background in C are different from the picture on the left. You always make it look so easy. But we are going to continue in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you then. Have a lovely day. Goodbye. Ooh, plans to leave home. I learned something interesting from Dorothea, a maid working for Mr. Anderson, a man who seems to be an extremely prominent figure in Dropstone. It seems that Mr. Anderson's daughter is planning to take a trip by herself, unbeknownst to her father. All the servants in Mr. Anderson's employ appear to be supporting his daughter in the plan, but why all the secrecy?